Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jon Snow, a true and welcome to Reigns Game of Thrones. Now, if you've been around for a while, you may remember Reigns. It was a game about being a king or queen and making decisions, trying to do the right thing, and then ending up dead, and basically like a really simple pared down version of Crusader Kings 2. I guess, in a sort of way, and now it's got a new expansion, which is Game of Thronesy. Now, the problem is, I've never actually watched Game of Thrones. Now, I know kind of, various bits of the zeitgeist that have come out of it, like Joffrey equals bad, and Sean Bean equals dead. However, I felt like I might need a bit more information than that, so I've brought a consultant in. Hello, Claire.
Hi, John.
So, in case you're new to Reigns, here's the way it works. Quite simply, it gives you a very small amount of flavor text, and then you just need to pick between two options. You can basically either flick left to do one thing, or flick right to do the other. So yeah, basically we're playing Game of Thrones Crusader Kings 2 Tinder. That's what we're doing. So, we start off with Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, Mother of Dragons, Iron Throne is apparently hers. So where does this put us in the series, Claire?
Well, this is one of the possible endings.
This is one of the possible endings. So, presumably that means, oh, I wonder if this is like an AU, because, like, presumably if this is, like, in the future, that means, like, loads of characters are dead, and we'd like them all to all show up, right?
Yes,
maybe
precisely.
this is AU. So, okay, just in theory then, if Daenerys were to have the Iron Throne, would we want her to turn away from it, or, like, have a good sit?
Oh no, she's sitting.
We like her.
Definitely sitting.
Well, then why do we want her to sit on a throne that's made of swords? I mean, that looks uncomfortable. What if she, like, stabs herself when she's sitting down on it? I mean,
That's the point.
That's the point.
Governing has to be uncomfortable.
Okay.
That's the point of the Iron Throne.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to, like, turn away to a more comfy seat with a cushion on it?
We've spent so many books trying to get on the Iron Throne, alright?
Alright, fine. In that case, I suppose we'll sit down on the Iron Throne. And now... Oh, Peter Dinklage shows up. Hello, Peter Dinklage.
Yay.
So, he's the Hand of the Queen, apparently, which is what, like, second in command or something?
Yeah, like Prime Minister, I guess?
Prime Minister, okay. I wouldn't do that, it's rather... See, Peter Dinklage agrees with me. If you fancy something less adventurous, the small council is starting. So, do we need to go and see Drogon, or do we just want to go to... What is that, a dragon? Drogon?
That is a dragon.
That's a really uncreative name for a dragon. Is the other one, like, called Dregan and then Drugon? Is that what they're called?
No, I think we have a Viserion, and what's the third one called? I can't remember.
So, like, was she coming up with, like, two really good names, then she just got bored and was hungry, she just thought, flip it, that one's called Dragon or whatever.
No, I think that one's named after her late husband, Khal Drogo, who was not a dragon.
Then why is he not called Drogo? I feel like this is just badly named. Right, are we going to see the dragon, or do we just go to the council? I mean, does she go and hang out with the dragons? Are they friendly? Are they like puppies and kittens, where she gives them, like, belly rubs and they're happy to see her all the time?
Well, they were like that when they were small, but now they're presumably grown and they're a little bit wilder. Mm-hmm. So we can
let's go and see them. Yeah, I just want to go and see what they're doing in that case. So Drogon lies curled in the dragon pit. Oh, we have a dragon pit. That's nice. I mean, when we've only become queen, what was that pit before? Was that like a grain pit we've just converted?
No, that pit was the dragon pit of old because the Targaryen dynasty was ruling Westeros for many years.
With dragons?
With dragons.
How did they get defeated the first time round if they, like, already were here and had dragons in the dragon pits?
The dragons had been gone for a while, like, magic was in decline, and then at the end of season 1, like, her dragons are born, and it's like a big deal game changer thing.
So the magic's, like, back at this point?
Yes.
Does that have any other consequences beside there are dragons?
Yeah, there's, like, a red priestess lady who gets naked a lot and does weird blood stuff, and, like, brought Jon Snow back to life.
Weird naked blood stuff? I should watch this show. This sounds awesome. Right.
I've been telling you this.
So, apparently my dragon's just in the dragon pit, which is, broadly where you'd expect to find him. So, the fight with his brother Viserion has left him in a still deep sleep.
Oh no, they fought, no.
So, leave quietly, or give him... I'm going to poke him. I'm going to poke the dragon. He does not stir, not even for you. Oh well, I guess we go to the council then. So, welcome your grace to the first council of your reign. This is Meister Elliot. Are these, like, characters, or are these just randoms?
No, I think this is just a rando.
He's like, running the place when I'm not bothering.
Well, I mean, he is one of the councillors, but also, like, a maester is a separate thing. He's, like, a learned man.
Okay, he's got a good haircut. I like him. So, we're here to advise you, should you need us. So, how tedious. Do we want news from the north?
Yes, we do want news from the north.
What's in the north?
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. Okay. Oh, right. The guy I want to have sex with or something. I think I picked that up. Something about a boat.
He has beautiful hair.
He does. He does have beautiful hair, that's true. So Winterfell is asking for more money. Bloody Winterfell always asking for money. Probably not Skyrim's Winterfell, though. Probably a different one. They keep complaining about their losses during the War of the Five Kings, which quite frankly was just greedy of them. They could have just had a War of the Three Kings and they'd have loads of money right now. But no, you had to put 2 more kings on the top, didn't you? Bloody bastards. We can't help them for good reason. So this is what we also do in Reigns, by the way. You've got those 4 things at the top. So they're just being introduced right now. So one of them is, presumably, money. And that's... What's on the money? Is that like an egg timer? Why is there an egg timer on the money, Claire?
I don't know. That's weird.
Is that actually what's on the coins? Do we know what's on the coins?
I don't think we do, no.
Ooh, maybe it's actually an egg timer. Okay, so Winterfell. Do we like Winterfell? Yes or no?
We do like Winterfell, yes.
We do like Winterfell. So do we want to actually, like, give them money, therefore?
I think we do.
Okay, so that costs me money. So we've got to make sure our money doesn't get too low, otherwise problems. Meanwhile, Lady Sansa is loved by the people. A strong alliance with the North will benefit us. We did just send them money. Is she a different bit of the North?
No, she is the Lady of Winterfell at the minute.
Okay, we going all in with the North and saying you are right, and there's going to be like a Daenerys and Sansa alliance with us sending the money and stuff. Is that a good idea?
I think that's a tremendously good idea.
You are right, and apparently that makes me presumably, like, stronger. So that's good. The people love me. Yes, okay, that's what that is. That's how much the people like you, because people like Sansa too, and now I'm allied. So help us spread the faith of the 7, and we'll make sure this alliance is well received. Okay, your help is appreciated. I will consider it. So this is presumably religion.
Yes.
Is religion a big deal in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, kind of, but not so much within Daenerys' plotline.
Is there any reason to, like, annoy or, like, not bother with the priests? Or do we just say, yeah, you know what, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to annoy them too much, but you also don't want to give them too much power. Otherwise, they kind of go all culty and, like, try to impose their rule.
Okay, just for now, let's just say your help's appreciated. And I humbly advise you to never give any of your power to priests. They'll turn... Okay, you were just saying that, fine, so... But they're useful, or indeed. So, you were just saying don't trust the priests too much.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add... generally, like, trust Lord Varys.
Oh, he's actually a named character.
Yeah,
I like him. He's just an egg with 2 little eye slots on him. I feel great kinship with this man, because he does appear to just be an egg. The Master of... Claire, are you saying we should trust the man who's literally called the Master of Whispers?
Yeah, he's a spy master.
That is a title that is guaranteed to lead to betrayal. No one who is the Master of Whispers does not betray you.
John, he's your spy master.
Yes, and spy masters end up betraying you, and Jafar was the vizier, but he still betrayed everybody. And he had a less evil title than Master of Whispers. I do not trust this guy one little bit, though I feel affinity. Right, do we go with him and say, indeed, we don't trust the priest too much? Fine, that makes me stronger. I heard that. See, we said it in front of the priest. You've already ruined everything, Claire. My love for the crown is as pure as the mate. Who's the mate? Is that one the 7?
The maiden is one of the 7 gods, yeah.
Right, like, are they, like, an important one of the 7, or are they all equal-ish?
They're all equal-ish.
Are any of them back because magic's back, or are they just, like, beliefs rather than actual real things?
No, they're beliefs. They're, like, aspects of, like, godliness.
But when we say priests, are we just actually talking about, you know, some guy who goes to church and gives a boring sermon, or are we actually talking, I have magic powers and can do healing magic because the gods are actually real?
The face of the 7 is more like the former thing that you were saying. The red priests have magic, but they're like a different religion. They're all about fire and stuff.
And they can actually, like, make fire and, like, bring people back from the dead and stuff.
And do cool naked blood magic, yeah.
Okay, this strikes me as we should definitely be keeping these guys more on side than you were implying, actually. I don't care if they go culty. It sounds like it's awesome culty.
They don't do magic. There are different people, we were just saying.
Oh, are these just the actual boring, I'm
Yes.
just going to give a sermon, oh, screw this guy then. Well, whatever I say, apparently he's about to cut me off, or someone is anyway. And a gold cloak storms into the small council room, which I'm going to assume is just like in Doctor Strange, we just have floating gold cloaks, and they're awesome. Right, so hello, gold cloak! Oh, that gold cloak's got a person inside it, that's weird. Forgive your interruption, Your Grace, a mob is gathering outside the keep. Well, they shouldn't, I've just made an alliance with Sansa, and she's, like, popular. I'm going to find out what they actually want here. So, shall we step outside and ask them? Let's adjourn the small council, send the gold cloaks. I think we're safe to go outside.
Yeah,
People
we asked
seem to
them.
like us. Yeah, it's fine. So I go to the gates to meet the crowd. So let's see what we've got going on outside. Wait, where are we right now? Are we in, like, that city that's, like, supposed like, fake London? Because Game of Thrones is just Britain, isn't it? Because all fantasy universes are just Britain.
It's called King's Landing.
But it's London, right? It's in the southeast, and it's a big city, and it's the capital. It's just London.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that,
Yeah,
though.
okay.
Yeah.
Although, I find it quite funny, 'cause I think I've seen a map of Game of Thrones. Isn't, like, the bit that's France, like, appalling, devastated desert?
Okay, you know what? The bits that... you know what? The bit that's France is more like the bit that's Spain, really. And, like... They have never been conquered. They have never been conquered by the Seven Kingdoms.
Because no one can be asked, because it's full of desert and generally it's not a nice place. Am I correct?
They're very proud people, John.
Very proud people. So I'm pretty glad we went outside because everyone's just chanting, "Yay me! Yay me! Hooray for me!" So wave and smile, calm them down. No, I'm going to wave and smile. Yay! Apparently that negatively impacted strength for some reason.
Weird.
So if we must have a mob at our gate, I suppose this is the best sort. Happy name day. Is that my birthday?
Yeah.
Right, so, wait, people get named... I guess people do get named on the day they're born. That probably is true in our universe as well.
Yeah.
It's just it's a different name. Right, so thanks, or don't be foolish. I'm going to say thanks. I like Peter Dinklage. I don't know if his character's trustworthy, but I like him as a guy generally. He's always come across as a decent guy in interviews, I think.
We generally really like Tyrion.
Okay, that's fine. Trust
one
her.
of the faves.
So your reign begins in a time of great darkness for the realm. We pray you will show restraint and fairness in your rule. Right, what's a scepter and who's Clyssa Blackbar?
So she's not a character, but the scepter is basically a nun. Like, if you've seen all those gifts of the Shame Nun, that's,
yeah. So
that's
there could
not
be
the Shame Nun, because the Shame Nun got super murdered.
So it's entirely possible that, like, someone who is a scepter could come up to you and say, "We are in dark times," and actually she means, for various reasons, I might consider we're not in dark times at all. Because her and me might have a very different idea as to what defines a dark time.
Yes.
Got it, don't question me. Yeah, go away. Don't question me. So my queen, forgive the sudden interruption. It's just sudden interruptions all over the bloody shop. We've received 2 urgent ravens. One is from the wall, and one is from Meereen. Okay, the wall, is that Jon?
The wall is Jon, and Meereen is like an ancient slave city that Daenerys liberated.
So I'm guessing you want me to just kind of have a chat to Jon.
Yeah, I mean, she would want to hear from both anyway. So
I mean, they're both, like, when we say ravens, do we mean, like, carrier pigeons? Are they just, they're just carrying messages tied to their legs or whatever?
They are.
It's just pigeons, but, like, George R.R. Martin thought pigeons weren't sexy enough and he wanted to make them more awesome.
I mean, I believe ravens are way smarter than pigeons.
Yep, okay, you don't need to be too much smarter than pigeon for carrier pigeon. Like, pigeons are really good. Pigeons, without pigeons, D-Day would not have been a success, Claire. Pigeons are very, very smart and good at that job.
Right, but...
I mean, maybe if you had a faster bird, like if you wanted to do falcons, I'd buy that, say. That'd be cool. I did notice, like, when I was just testing this game, just to make sure it ran correctly, on the quit screen, there's a raven that looks like it's got 3 eyes.
Yeah, so 3-eyed raven is a thing.
Okay, is it a good or a bad thing?
It's a good magical thing.
Good magical thing, got it. So, alright, let's have a chat, or rather, let's read Jon's messages. So, having read the message, I must implore you to calm your dragon blood, not to act in haste.
Oh yeah, we're a bit crazy, by the way.
Am I?
Yeah, we are descended from a line of famously crazy kings because there was a lot of incest.
Okay, lots of incest. I approve of this. Okay, so I'm just going to say, let me bloody read them, alright, Tyrion? Don't get in my way. And that raven's only got 2 eyes. Where's the 3rd one? You lied to me, Claire.
There's only one magical raven, Jon.
What if it dies? Then there's another one born. It's like a Time Lord. Or is it like a reincarnate? Is it like the Slayer, or is it like the Doctor? What happens to the other raven? Like, or is it like an aspect of something else? Is it like the raven in, like, Warcraft, where it's just like an avatar of, like, an old man?
I believe it's an avatar of an old man, but the old man died.
Why are
and,
ravens
like,
always an avatar of an old man? It's bloody Warcraft. He's come to tell us about the greenskins invading.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Is he?
It's something about the green.
Why is this always ravens and greenskins?
That's amazing.
Bloody ravens and greenskins. Right, so Jon Snow is missing beyond the wall with half of our rangers. How many is that? Like, how many rangers are there total? Like, is this like 6 men or like 6 million? Probably not 6 million. But like, is this an army or is this just a group of like elites?
It's a group of elites, because, like, there were more rangers on the wall before, and I think by the end of the war we're probably quite depleted.
Okay, so not many rangers, and if we lose half of them, is that, like, super bad?
Yeah, because we're quite depleted.
Okay, so we have seen the dead send help. Do we trust Samwell Tarly? Can he be trusted if he sends a message?
We love Samwell Tarly. He's a cinnamon bun.
Okay, so
he's
we do
the best.
So we don't just say the fool and then immediately get to the
he's the Ravenclawist. He's like
right. I think I
in the
need
library.
to go. So we need to go like poke Drogon in order to make him wake up. So my queen, Meereen, has fallen. Traitors pound on the door as I write this. We will show them my finest hospitality. Well, don't do that. Just stab them a bit. Bloody hell. We need to get this guy a sword. Or her. I don't know who Dario is.
Dario's your boyfriend?
I thought Jon Snow was my boyfriend. How many boyfriends do I have?
Look, you're a queen.
Am I a fantasy hussy?
No, I'm sorry. Is that what you would call Connor? A fantasy hussy?
Well,
you just have a bunch of boyfriends, alright?
Did I do the boat sex thing while I had a boyfriend?
No, you kind of told Dario Naharis that you would, like, stop being his girlfriend because you had to, like, go and sit on the Iron Throne.
Oh my god, is this going to lead to a massive Game of Thrones Ross and Rachel we were on a break situation? Is that what actually happened?
No, I don't think Dario Naharis is actually that important. Like, he's just, you know, a mercenary that was hot and you liked and you slept with for a bit.
How many other boyfriends do I have?
I think they're the only two.
Okay, well
but
that's
there are
fine.
other people that are in love with you, obvs.
Okay, is he actually, you know, is this a euphemism? He means he's just going to stab them, or is he actually planning to show them hospitality?
Well, given that traitors in Meereen would be, I think...
Slavers?
Slavers.
Yeah.
Probably, hopefully he would stab them with a sword.
I'm just going to declare the fool, because I'm too busy with Jon at the minute, and it sounds like I'm not too into this guy. The fool! So you steal through the darkness along a narrow passageway behind the black cells, which is probably where... Ooh! Okay, wait. Drogon's asleep, and Dracarys is awake. Is there like a hierarchy of dragons? Like, is one of them better than the other?
Dracarys is the High Valyrian word for fire. Dracarys is what you tell your dragon when you want him to roast people on your behalf.
And what's Drogon the word for?
That's his name.
That is it the word for dragon?
No, that's just
I
his
think
name.
we just didn't bother naming him well. I'm going for the one that's awake, and his name means fire. So, I think I was speaking to Drogon. I
told you that!
Oh, I thought Dracarys was a different dragon.
Oh my god! Are you not even listening to me when you brought me along specifically to tell you stuff about the verse?
I listened to at least 60% of what you have to say. I thought, like, one of the... I thought there was, like, Drogon, Vicarious, or something, and Dracarys. I thought those were three. Okay? That's what I thought. So something stirs inside Drogon, probably fire.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Wait, why have we got him chained up? I thought he was, like, good dragon and we liked him.
We like him, but he's a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Dragons are like wild, non-tameable animals, and he is living in the middle of London.
But I'm the Dovahkiin. Like, I've got the dragon blood. I am the Dovahkiin.
Yeah, but he kept eating children.
Did he? How many?
Not that many before you tied him up because you weren't super happy about it.
Could we maybe, like, keep him in a dragon pit somewhere that's not London? Like, Fantasy Kent? Fantasy Margate? Fantasy Hull? Like, places that aren't as important. Like, I feel like we should do that, and then we just, like, install a telephone, so if I need to, I can just call him up and just say, fire! And then he wakes up and flies to me. And that's safer. Right, so Tyrion's not keen on this plan, so we not heed my advice. If anything were to happen to you, I don't have a choice. I'll be back. Don't worry, Tyrion, it's fine. At least tell me where you're going. We're going to the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wall, screw it. My mercenary boyfriend. Ooh. Apparently that's going to really hurt my armed forces because they're all going to get slaughtered by slavers or something.
Well,
so,
also you're dead.
Really? Am I?
Well, it just says you never returned to King's Landing.
Interesting. Well, maybe it means, like, I'm not queen anymore. I might not be dead. Right, so, okay. That's unfortunate. So let's figure out what's happening next. So, my dragon Dracarys seems to dissolve into the horizon, and a vision slowly recedes into the flames. A fire is roaring pleasantly. What the heck is going on right now? I don't understand. Daenerys is blood of the dragon. She would not flee, says Lady Melisandre. Why is she on fire, and why are we hearing from her right now?
Because she's the Red Priestess.
Ah, okay. That's interesting. I didn't actually flee. I went to go and, like, rescue Jon. Lord of Light, I would never doubt your power. Your design is perfect. Only my understanding is flawed. Okay. And is Daenerys not the Azor Ahai reborn? Well, I don't know. She might be. I've no bloody clue. Tyrion Lannister, what a bold idea. Oh, okay. Right, so the fire twists and turns, and the scarred face of King Tyrion emerges from the flames. I think Tyrion might just be king now.
Long live the king.
Would that be a thing that would logically happen if Daenerys just naffed off?
I mean, I doubt it, but he was Hand, so he would at least be, like, regent, I guess?
Okay, so also Sir Jaime's just shown up.
That's
How do we...
our brother.
Okay, do we feel good about him?
We like him.
Yeah.
He did murder Daenerys's grandfather? Yes, grandfather.
Right. So why
but
did
we like him in general. Also, he was doing it with his sister for a long time.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Top of tower, killed some kid. Yes, I know about that bit.
He's not dead. Now he's a three-eyed raven, Jon. Follow.
Of course. How would I not have guessed that was going to happen? Obviously. So why did you ask me to be your hand? You know I don't have one to spare. Is this a joke?
Oh yeah, he has a golden hand as well.
Okay, yeah, it's a good joke. Apparently he wasn't thrilled about that. Your wit will get you killed someday, you know that. I am very well a flipping ware. So, the Dothraki queen is that Daenerys?
Yes, that was
Okay,
Daenerys.
that was Daenerys. So she made a mistake leaving you in charge. So yeah, I think we're kind of in a regency right now. It's just that she's not really queen anymore while she's naffed off. So she's not necessarily dead. So the people want you dead. I cannot forgive you, but I will not let you die. Okay, what exactly did we do to him that he can't possibly forgive?
Well, I mean, we literally just made fun of the fact that he only has one hand, so that wasn't great.
Okay, that's a bit harsh. Look, I know, it's fine. So, two brothers to defend the kingdom, a cripple and an imp, a kingslayer, and a kinslayer will bards write songs about us. Yes, but they probably won't rhyme kingslayer and kinslayer, because when you say those two words too close together, they're kind of easy to mess up. So, improvement on the current ones... That's why I pay them. Yes, we're going to write new awesome songs, which is apparently... I think we just actually marketed our song because the money just went up. So I think we've just actually hit #1 in the charts of Fantasy London. That's good. Be warned, your obvious disregard for the faith of the Seven could revive old grudges. Go away. No, go away. Bye. Right, that got me even more money. I think I just robbed a church. Strange reports from The Reach. A few towns are claiming their children have been abducted and replaced by abominable whites. So, what's the Reach, and how concerned should we be about this?
The Reach is one of the regions of the Seven Kingdoms.
So just a county of England?
Yes.
Right, and who likely is to be responsible for this children abduction business? Is it Skaven? Possibly Skaven?
No, I mean...
No.
Abominable whites are like those ice zombies that we've got, but I don't know.
So is this happening up in Scotland? Is the Reach in Scotland?
No, I thought the Reach was in the south.
This would suggest that the like zombie things are beyond the wall and now in England, and that sounds bad to me, right?
Yeah, although
like,
if that's
really
the case,
bad.
why do we have blue sky in the background? It should be winter.
Okay, so what does this mean? So the concordance of the reports could suggest an unknown epidemic. So, probably send some Meisters up there?
Yeah,
Learned
send some
people.
Meisters, yeah.
Yeah, send them. So the people are at your window to hear their king to renew his vow to defend the faith and fight heresy. This is a faith militant, which doesn't sound like a good idea.
No.
And,
ooh.
Arrest this man or say yes.
Well, they are definitely bad, the faith militants. They
Okay,
are
arrested.
People.
I have very, very little in the way of faith right now, though, unfortunately. So, this could end quite badly for King Tyrion. The followers of the Red God have been preaching in the street. They are disrupting trade. Please bid them move. Tyrius Crook. Now, with a name like that, I don't fundamentally trust him.
Well, he's a black brother, so he's a brother of the Night's Watch.
Okay.
Which is what Jon Snow used to be.
He's wearing a very nice cloak by the looks of things.
Yes.
Be patient. I'm not sure I dare, do that because my actual faith bar is almost empty already. I think we should just
but that's
patient.
your faith bar for the 7.
Wait, there's an 8th?
That was your faith bar for the faith of the 7. You can tell because it's a 7-pointed star. And the Red God is like a different faith with magic.
How many gods do they have? Is it 7 or less?
They have one god. It's the Lord of Light.
Okay, well, then we just go and beat him up, because we've got 7. Like, that's 7 on 1. Like, you know, one of them just holds down each of his arms, one of them holds down each of his legs. That's like 4 spoken for. We've got 3 to just pummel him. Alright, we can just take this stupid god.
Well, he's the one that has magic, though.
What, none of our gods have magic?
We have established this. Your gods are more like, you know, faith and mythology and, like, actual
Okay, our gods suck.
We have.
Can we just go over to the other gods? Did I just clear the other god out of the marketplace?
No, you didn't. That's
okay,
why...
good. Let's just go over to, what did you say the name was? The red goddess?
The red god, the Lord of Light.
Okay, Lord of Light. I'm worshipping Lord of Light now. Seems like a way better bet. Well, that seems like such a better bet.
No,
I'm sorry.
The
ones that actually got flipping magic powers. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to actually worship a god that's got some form of power.
They do a lot
let's
of
just worship a
John.
flower. Let's just worship a vague idea of mythology. Let's just worship a vague sense of well-being. No! Worship the guy who can shoot lightning out of his hands. Which I assume he can. I don't know, but I assume he can. Also, who's Lady Calloway?
That's not a character, I don't believe, nor is House Lowry.
Okay, so one of the random houses. So, right, heiress to House Lowry. My father sent me to learn the ways of court. Yeah. Welcome, whoever you are. Corruption of the City Watch is such there's now a word for it. You can't do anything without paying the golden share. Is that like bribes then?
Yeah.
Bribes? Okay. So raise their wages, disband them.
You can't really disband the watch for the entire city.
Okay, I'm going to raise their wages. I've got plenty of money for the time being, so we'll be okay. So please postpone that order. Forgive my insolence, but I'll root out this corruption and I save the honour of your crown. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you can. Why did that just cost me more money?
I don't know.
He just said don't pay them more, but I just lost money. So maybe I gave him money to help root it out. So as the Grand Meister, I can lead the work of all the Meisters of the realm. What should they work on? I'm not interested. Or, yeah, let's see. Give me some options. Engineer, gather, write, study.
Well, probably study, right? Would study be... like medicine-y, right?
I guess. Yeah, we've got an epidemic. And also we could maybe like try and figure out what's going on up north, because Daenerys just naffed off somewhere. So that's probably a good idea. So I'll explore whether the Whites have souls or not. Okay, that might be useful. Yeah, go on then. Let's have a look into that. We've got a nice strong military at least. And Sir Rodri, at your service, my king. I will stand outside your door. Do we trust Sir Rodri?
He's a king's guard. So he's like one of your most elite... that's not a character.
Okay,
but he's one of your most elite, like, knights.
Okay, I'm going to say take this chair then. That's absolutely fine. We have urgent items to discuss during the small council if you wish to join us. Yeah, go on then. Presumably you're going to talk about, like, the epidemic business. And I'm going to ask the egg what he's heard. So, that we should talk in a more confidential setting. Will you follow me? Go ahead. So, Lord Varys leads you into a small room where a few of his little birds are waiting for you. Bribes or secrets? I want to learn about secrets. So, a foul enough secret can undo even a high septon. Let me use what I know against him. Okay. Yeah. Go for it. That's got me some 7 points back.
Because you're about to bribe the head of the church?
Yeah, but I'm like blackmailing him, so he's...
Oh, I see.
So he needs to be more on side, so that was probably a good idea. So a banker has shown up. It's an honour and privilege to meet you, new representative of the Iron Bank. Yeah, go on then. Welcome. That gets me a bit of money. And Sir Boris Blount, it's a hilarious name, and Sir Osmond Kettleblack have been found skewered outside a brothel. Well, they both had funny names, so I guess they deserve it. So, do we know who either of those people are? Do we care about either of them?
I think Kettleblack is a character. I don't think Sir Boris Blount... I mean, I don't...
Well, I'm not closing the brothels, because, you know, this is
that would be...
Yeah, exactly. That would reduce the number of boobs in Game of Thrones, and that would be unacceptable. We can't do that. So I shall reinforce the patrols instead. And young people these days just aren't drawn to the life of a soldier, and our recruitment is down. Make military service compulsory, says one guy. No? I mean, I think we've got plenty of flipping soldiery up there. It's one of the ones we're actually doing pretty well in. And we have suffered greatly. Our men are dead. Our house's future is uncertain. House Tully. Is House Tully a house?
House Tully is a house, and Edmure Tully has been, like, kidnapped, and we don't know where he is right now in the story, in the current timeline. So...
Okay, I'm going to help.
I mean, we don't like him as a character, Edmure, but we should find him, probably.
Okay, and meanwhile, Sir Ilyn Payne has also been assassinated.
Yeah, but he was terrible.
He was terrible, so yeah, ignore that then. Yeah, screw it, fine. Ignore that. That's okay. And a clever blacksmith from the Neck has designed some new armour, much lighter and stronger than ours. We must have it. What can we do? You know what? I think no, we must not. Or, actually, no, why not? Screw it. Get it. We could buy a prototype. We're a bit low on money, to be honest. Yeah, what's the other solution here? So unpleasant, we could steal, murder, and destroy a swift operation that won't leave a wall standing. Yeah, do it. Boom. Oh. Okay. The Seven have no use for a ruler like you. Embrace the faith by showing humility, and we may spare you. What? Uh-oh. So, I've just done a walk of shame.
Which is when you walk naked and you have gnomes yelling shame at you.
Under what authority do the church, like, have the ability to make me do that?
Because there's loads of them and the people love them.
But can't I just kind of say, guards, arrest the church?
No, because that looks real bad.
Oh. Right, so I've now done a walk of shame, which has ended bloodily in a dark alley of Flea Bottom. What happens at the end of a walk of shame? Am I dead?
At the end of Cersei's walk of shame, she just got inside the castle and someone gave her a blanket.
Okay, so now I'm just in my room with a blanket.
No, you just got murdered.
Oh, did I?
Well, there's your blood on the steps.
Well, I thought that's like someone was like whipping me or something. I didn't realise I was actually being murdered. That's a bit harsh. Oh no, I'm very dead. Right, how long's 17 moons? Is that a month? Because it's like 28 days like our moons.
Presumably, yeah.
Right, year and a half in power. Not great, all things considered.
I mean, better than Dany.
Okay, so let me interrupt your message once more. Lady Melisandre's probably done with all my bullshit by now. She's probably tired of all of this business. And, okay, so this guy's dead. Interrupt your message once more. Do we go back to...
Is she back?
Right, I think what we're doing is we're flitting around during time. So, okay, interesting. Oh, hang on, things are a bit different on this occasion. So, in this timeline, in Daenerys' little opening council, the Stormlands are rising behind the heir of House Caron. They took Storm's End, and they are threatening King's Landing. Claire, translate.
Right, so House Caron isn't a character, but I would say Storm's End probably is like the Isle of Wight, kind of, but just outside London.
The Isle of Wight is invading London, and we're supposed to be worried about this.
Well,
as opposed to laughing at them until they go away embarrassed.
They are, like, right across the strait or whatever from London, so they can blockade us.
Okay, I can't help but notice that aside from having river access, there's also a river that goes, like, inland, and also a bunch of land routes. I'm so not concerned by this. So, apparently a viable question to this is, do any Baratheons survive? Are they the guys in the Stormlands?
The Baratheons are the guys that are, like, in charge at the very beginning of the story, and, like, Storm's Hand is their ancestral seat.
Right, well, screw it. We're just going to go take the Isle of Wight. Screw those bastards. My house only wants to bring peace to this troubled land. You're literally blockading us! Or possibly that's what Claire just told me. I don't know. So please don't attack Storm's End. No, I'm attacking Storm's End. Screw you. So you denied Lord Tyrion's claim to Storm's End and kept him as a hostage.
Tyrion, that's a different character.
Well, that's just confusing.
Agreed.
Okay, so Sir Boris Blountton... Oh, they've also been found skewered outside a brothel. Right, this time close the brothels. No more boobs. No more boobs for anyone. And Drogon is afflicted with an acute lethargy. I'm unable to cure. Do you wish to see him? Yes, let's go and say hello to him. I mean, I think we know what to do. We just need to say the word fire to him.
Jon.
Yay! Fire! 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 Fire!
Why would you do that?
Because he was sleepy and I wanted to wake him up to give him a hug. And it's probably dinner time. We probably need to, like, put down a bowl of his favourite biscuits and, like, change his water. And then, like, you know, play with him with a little toy on the end of a string for a bit. Otherwise, he won't get his exercise today, Claire. Like, he hasn't had any exercise. So, Dracarys is now awake, which is great. So the Great Houses are afraid of him. Good, maybe they'll stop invading me from the cocking Isle of Wight. And the people's love is no longer a threat to your throne. Good, because if people don't love me, I'm just going to burn them down. Yay, this is a good idea. I'm tired of all these battles and dramas. Oh, well, that's a shame, because people who are tired of battles and dramas get burnt to cocking cinders. Have we forgotten the perks of being rich and powerful? Soon or never?
What?
Those are both slightly vague answers.
That's so weird.
That's very vague. Yes, soon we will have forgotten the perks of being rich and powerful, or something. And also, Ilyn Payne's been assassinated because he's never not being assassinated. There must be a traitor. You know what? This time we should probably actually bother investigating that. 4 suspects that could have slain him. Okay, show me the suspects. A lord, a septon, a soldier, a guard. Okay, Claire, if someone was going to assassinate Ilyn Payne, who would be a logical candidate? Who, like, didn't like him? Or who, like, did he bother?
The Spanish.
Okay.
The House of Dawn could probably have murdered Ilyn Payne because he was responsible for gruesome murders of their family members in the past.
Okay.
But they would hire someone else to do that, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the church is big on murders.
Okay, so not the septon. So, who's more likely to have been corrupted? A guard, a soldier, or a lord? By Spain.
Well, I don't know. I'd say either a guard or a soldier, probably, if they're being paid off and if it's not, like, just defying him in single combat.
Right, I'm just going to pin it on the soldier. You cannot stick that on my arse. I fought in too many wars for you. Not you. You! There you go. I've made an example of the soldier. You cannot escape serious doubts over your decision. Oh, well, never mind. So the young of the city are wastrels. They must learn the 7. No, we've got plenty of 7 power right now. And will you let me be a listening ear and comforting presence? No, you're a nun, you're boring. The Unsullied are godless killers. They need spiritual guidance, allow me to provide it. If you want to go and try and provide counselling to murderers, you go right the cock ahead.
Not murderers, they're liberated slaves.
Oh, from the name, I just kind of assumed they were like a band of roving bandits or something.
No, they were taken from their families as children, made into eunuchs, and like...
And now, just to rub salt in the wounds, I've sent a nun to go and annoy them. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, this guy looks important because he's got a unique hairstyle. Do we know this guy, Ronas?
We don't know this guy, but the Golden Company is a really powerful mercenary company.
Okay, so I've travelled for months to meet you, legendary Queen of the Ant. How many titles do I have?
You have a whole bunch. You're Queen of the Andals and the First Men.
Where's the Andals?
That's just like an old, like... type of people, I guess. It's like from the old histories of the Seven Kingdom.
Right, okay. I'm going to say hello. And I have met the sellsword. So I expected beauty and spirit, but not wisdom and strength. I am enamoured with you. I want to be your lover. Oh, I can have a third one. What you want to do is die. What you want is a brothel. I can't say yes. Well, I guess there's plenty of people hanging around. Maybe I'll like go and see him in his chamber later. So what you want is a brothel. Though unfortunately I think I just banned those, so you're out of luck. Direct Queen, I like it. To business then. The Golden Company currently lacks a patron or patroness. Okay, how good are the Golden Company?
They're pretty good.
Like, worth hiring?
Yeah.
Okay, we're hiring them. Marvellous. And your first steps as the ruler of Westeros have been hesitant. I will help you, my queen. Okay, I'm afraid of this city or no?
I mean, he is literally your prime minister, so...
Okay, I guess we'll say the closest equivalent to yes then. So King's Landing is a trap, a city of shifting sands that will never let you go. Not very useful there, Tyrion, actually. And after Tyrion leaves, you're surprised by a presence right behind your back.
Whoops.
Okay, who's about to assassinate me? Oh no, it's this guy, the Master of Whispers. So Tyrion is one of the few who deserves to be called a good man. He's a friend, he's conniving. I think he's a friend. I mean, I can hardly call him conniving when you're literally hiding behind my throne, Eggman. So that's exactly why he would have made a good king. Okay, he kind of was, but he managed to get himself murdered in a back alley. So, actually, Lord Varys, it didn't work out so well. Yeah, he would make a good king, in theory. And many Unsullied are curiously beginning to adopt the faith of the Seven. What could this mean? So hang on, Unsullied the ones who are worshipping the Lord of Light?
No, they were slaves.
Right.
You liberated them. Daenerys liberated.
Who are they worshipping before they started adopting the Seven?
I don't think we're told who they worship.
And, okay, does Daenerys worship the Seven?
No, she doesn't, because...
So they haven't just adopted my faith, is the question.
No, because Daenerys, like, married into the Horse Lords. You know, that's why she's the Khaleesi.
Oh, well, obviously, now I know that she's the Khaleesi. Obviously, she married into the Horse Lords. How else would she end up as a Khaleesi, Claire? Obvious cockingly.
Look.
Is she also the Earl of Sandwich? Is that going to be something that's going to be revealed in a moment? Is she the Dovahkiin?
I mean, She is kind of the Dovahkiin.
Excellent. So, what could this mean? Stop them. Okay, is there any reason to stop them?
I mean, you can't really stop them. You freed them so they can make their own choices.
Alright, well, that's absolutely fine. So, we choose queen, we choose gods.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. Go for it. So, to convince you of my effectiveness and understanding the intricacies of your politics, I have brought you a gift. Okay, show me the gift. And it is a severed head with a shock of golden hair. Do we know who that is? Whose head is that? Only a minor Lannister cousin.
Whoops.
Why did you just bring me a Lannister?
Because the Lannisters were on the throne before you, but also Tyrion is a Lannister.
I'm not sure he's in the room right now.
But he also hates his family, so...
Okay, so a good pile of gold, and I promise you'll not regret the decision. Yeah, I think go for it. Boom. Let's have ourselves a lovely, lovely big old pile of golden mercenaries. Now, we've got ourselves a small fishing village that is reporting the God's Eye is now entirely covered in ice. So they fear for their livelihoods. So this would imply that, you know, winter might theoretically be coming. Just maybe.
I mean, winter has already come at the point where we are in the, like, books and the TV show.
Yeah.
So winter is supposed to be here.
So it's not too surprising that,
no,
like, some fishing holes are freezing over. So, pay them... No, help them dig some holes. There we flipping go. And the Unsullied are now calling themselves Sons of the Warrior. They might turn into a weapon of the faith, dangerous to us. Okay, so slight problem.
Oof.
How about we respect their faith for now? Because if they're all about the 7 and my 7 ranking is nice and high...
Well, also, you've literally, like, liberated them and told them...
It will be a bit odd to
hunt
them. I'm going to say respect the faith. So please, whatever happens, do not let him know I'm here.
Who know you're here?
Yes, who? So I like this guy just hiding behind my throne all the time. He's just hiding behind there. That's kind of cool. So, apologies, did you see Lord Varys by any chance? Well, I'm not going to say yes, because we want to hide him. So, okay, Lord Varys slowly emerges from behind a pillar. Why is he hiding from the cook?
I don't know.
Thank you, that cook chased me everywhere. He wants to be a spy.
Oh, that's...
Good for him. So, I've overwhelmed the Iron Fleet, and Pike is ours. We could put on a more biddable great... Claire, all of these words.
So we've overwhelmed the Greyjoy fleet, and their home is ours. It's an island full of mountains. It's pretty shitty.
And a more biddable Greyjoy?
So the Greyjoys are the family.
Yeah.
And the Salt Throne is like, you know, the throne of the Isle of Pike.
So what I'm assuming is, because the Iron Throne is literally made out of iron swords, is the Salt Throne literally made out of salt?
I am not sure about that, but they, like, follow a different faith than you, and they're very rebellious, and they're like...
You mean not the 7, or a different one of the 7? Or are they Lord of Lighting?
No, they are followers of the Drowned God.
Right, is he a good god?
He's pretty violent. Pretty violent, yeah.
Okay, more importantly, does he actually have magic powers? Do people who are, like, priests of him, can they, like, shoot lightning and raise the dead and stuff?
I don't believe that they can, you know?
Okay, so made-up god, useless god. Got it. No, yes.
I mean, anyway, we should put a more biddable Greyjoy on the Thorpe throne, I think.
Okay, well, that seemed to have helped us out there. And in your chamber... Oh, here we go. Here we go. I was not lying about your appeal earlier. Get out, you scared me. Well, I'm not going to say get out. Let's sleep with this guy if we can. So he flops down onto your bed with a grin and admires his surroundings. Alright, now, I think I've made my intentions clear. What do you say? Shall I stay or shall I go and never darken your door again? Stay, stay, stay! Sex, sex, sex! Boobs, boobs, boobs! So you join him on the bed. The first kiss is easy. The next morning you feel a new sense of joy. Nice. The faith of the 7 is strong in the heart of Westeros. It's a new era of purity and chastity.
Well,
you picked a bad time to tell me that. Okay, let's say...
Well, you can't arrest him for just saying words to you.
So, I've restored the Faith Militant, which strikes me as...
That wasn't a choice! We weren't asked to restore the Faith Militant or not!
Well,
they didn't ask us about that. That was a really bad idea.
They got powerful enough. Okay, this can't be that bad, Claire. They seem like a decent group of people to me.
That's pretty bad, John.
Well, okay, if it gets that bad, I have got, 1, my personal god, the Lord of Light, who's actually got magic powers, and 2, Dragon! I can just set fire to all the churches by simply calling up my boyfriend Dracarys. So that's absolutely fine. So the resurgence of religious fanatics has led to volatility. You'll see greater impacts when making decisions that affect the faith. Okay, maybe that could be a bit bad. Right, so the Warlocks of Quarth are trying to undermine your claim to the throne. How dangerous are they?
Well,
yeah, but okay, they're dicks, but how dangerous are they?
Well, they've shown you, like, visions of, like, your possible past and future before.
Okay, let's try and find out why they're doing this then. Oh, we just lost a lot of faith points right there. So they believe the Walkers' invasion of Westeros represents a perverse sort of population cull. Okay, increased security, send spies.
I don't know.
I'm going to send some spies. Alright, so there are some fine, strong horses in this land. We will have them. Is that Khal Drogo? Or, like, his son or something?
No, that's not Khal Drogo. Khal Drogo's dead.
Okay.
But the Dothraki are, like, you know...
They're my friends,
kind of
right?
People. Yeah, I mean, the Dothraki clans, they're kind of like Mongols, and the clans don't, like, always get along together, but you do, like, in general, like them.
But they have just shown up, basically planning to steal my horses.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say no, not all of them. And the Golden Company are in quite some debt with the Iron Bank. It would be hard to spend that much on beer and whores alone. Okay, so they've taken out a huge pile of money and we don't know what it's gone to.
Yeah. But
okay.
You should be careful.
It could be flowers for me.
No.
I'm literally sleeping with one of them, it's fine. I've survived 20 moods! Yay! So devoted souls have told me about a certain tavern, a pit of despair, hidden in the twisted guts of Flea Bottom, which is a hilariously named district. Yes?
You'll have to say yes.
I guess there is one there, sure. So please let me take care of the daily tedium of kingdom management. You should enjoy your raid. Can I trust Tyrion to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, I can?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Apparently he's not very good at it. Everything just went red for a second there. So, you've cut your finger, your highness. I have here a balm that will soothe your pain. Okay. Yeah. Great. The military weren't impressed with me having a soothing balm, so we should organise festivities to celebrate. I don't know, some dead hero. Alright, so Lord Tyrion just wants any excuse for a party, apparently. So, should we have a party to celebrate Joffrey the Illborn?
Obviously not.
Okay, how about Ned the Honourable?
The one thing you said you knew was that Joffrey was bad and Ned was dead.
Yeah, but maybe it's like a party where it's like Guy Fawkes night, where we get a mannequin and we burn it.
He's literally called the Illborn because they know that he was born of incest. So I think probably Ned.
Alright, Ned the Honourable. Apparently the military and the people weren't keen, but the church and the money was. So, and I'm just, okay, it's all got a bit Crusader Kings 2 here. I'm getting sicker. The cut on my finger is not looking good. Is it actually finger cancer? Because if it is, that is just pure Crusader Kings.
It's fine, you can take an eye off and then
yeah, exactly. Just cut my eye out and it'll be 100% okay. So I would advise you to avoid unnecessary contact with others for the next few weeks. Don't shake anybody's hand.
Don't sleep with your boyfriend.
Or if you do, use like a different hand or something. Okay, I'm going to say yes. That's fine. And the jousting lists are open. I probably wasn't going to go jousting anyway, to be honest. Would you like refreshment while the men are eviscerating each other? Yeah, I'd love a drink, thanks.
Did he just poison you?
Possibly. No, we're fine. We're just at the joust now. So, Sir Rodri's here. Which of the jousting knights will receive your blessing, my lady? Sir Grayson the Fair or Sir Hawthorne the Pious? Do we know these guys?
No.
Okay, so either Fair or Pious. I'm going to go for... this will affect...
You should go for Pious.
Yeah, I should go for Pious. Sorry, which one's the Pious? It's Hawthorne. Right. Back up him. So the champion of the joust is Sir Hawthorne. They didn't bother jousting. I just said who the winner was ahead of time. That's how jousting works. It's really boring as a spectator sport. Like, even worse than the Goblet of Fire Tri-Wizard tournament. It's terrible. So, House Heatherspoon will serve a goose sauce with mulberry to all the families. I hate goose.
It's nice.
I'm just going to say I hate goose.
Spoon.
Screw you, I hate geese. So now, let us have a song. Which song will your grace bidders play? I'm going to go for Ragnar the Red. Cheerful tune, a mournful tune. Let's have something cheerful. Yay!
The Bear and the Maiden Fair.
It doesn't sound that cheerful. What happened to the poor maiden? I was able to lead all of the tawny crowds in a sacred prayer for the future of the Seven Kingdoms. We may see a surge of faith. Okay. I sure hope so. Well, we've certainly gone very holy at this exact moment in time, but I'm a bit concerned by the state of the military. We should try and shore that up a bit. So the faith of the Seven is as strong as ever, and they want you... Why do they want me gone? I've done literally everything you asked! Right, so the Septons have hired an assassin. Me. Uh-oh. Claire. I feel like something bad's about to happen.
Alright, but I have to say...
Yeah.
We've canonically established the fact that the phrase Vala Morghulis, which means all men must die, specifically refers to men, like male people.
Oh, so I should have just done a Lord of the Rings and, like, you know, said, I am no man. I should have done that.
Yeah, exactly.
If only I'd thought of that. That's unfortunate. So that's a shame. So apparently you can't go too high, because otherwise the fanatics get a bit fanatical. So not too low, not too high. That's what we've learned.
So... They can't like you too much, otherwise they'll murder you. That's quite weird.
Well, maybe at that point they seize power and they say, screw this whole queen business, we hold all the power already, so why don't we just start running things ourselves? We don't need you anymore, because there's no realistic challenge to them.
They are a populist order. They do like to kind of put the people up against you.
Well, I guess so. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the point, because yes, Reigns is quite a simple game. It's basically Reigns, but Game of Thrones, or Game of Thrones, but if it was Tinder. So, yeah, might well be of interest. Certainly Reigns, the original video, went down very, very well indeed. I had a nice time with the original Reigns. Thank you very, very much for joining me here today, Claire, because otherwise, I'm not sure I've had a very clear idea what was going on. But now I know that, you know, the Queen sits in London with her dragon, Dracarys, and everything is fine, and just occasionally burns down the Isle of Wight. So, you know, thank you for educating me about Game of Thrones, and how the Lord of Light is our one true Lord, and we should all worship him, because he's actually an awesome god.
You're very, very welcome indeed.
Yes, very, very much so. So, we'll leave things off there, ladies and gentlemen. That is Reigns, Game of Thrones, link in the description below. Yeah, for the right person, could be something very, very entertaining. And hopefully we'll have some more Game of Thrones stuff, because now I'm an expert, why the hell not, eh? But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Reigns, Game of Thrones. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way, otherwise they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.